Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an angle to those races we might see as the path to finding the winner. Well, Sunday at Sha Tin, a mixed meeting. We're going right to the end of the card for our two races. First one comes up in race 9, where our winning factor is the winner up in class. So this is a Class 3, 1600 metres, and the market is sure to have some eyes on Zack Purton's mount, Master of Fortune, a last start course and distance winner, and from the red-hot Pierre Ung Yard. Beautyverse, well, he's been a disappointment overall, but he was better in Class 2 last time and drops a grade again. I don't think Capital Legend has had much work out for him this season, and he's looking well handicapped now. And a lightly raced Chan Cheng Glory is unbeaten in 2 attempts at 1600 metres. And he's the horse that I'm focusing on, and we're going to have a look now at Chan Cheng Glory's latest offering about a month ago. This is race 104. He's in gate 2, pink colours and pink blinkers. And Chan Cheng Glory, well, he begins well, and then jockey Harry Bentley shakes him up to go through and claim the lead. But once he's there, he's able to slow the pace in the second section. In fact, slows it to a crawl, almost 5 lengths below average. But he might have even done too much slowing there, because another runner gets around the outside, puts a bit of pressure on, and when they get to the 800 metre turn, he has to quicken up the pace again to maintain the lead. And so he's actually having to make quite a long run on this horse. But Chan Cheng Glory is up to the job. In the straight, he just keeps galloping away doggedly. He doesn't really sprint, but he keeps galloping to keep the chasers at bay and with a degree of comfort. Now, that was Class 4, he's up to Class 3, and I think he's going to find a very similar race again on Sunday, but this time with a much lighter handicap weight because of the class rise. When we look at the map, Chan Cheng Glory and Murado, they might sort out the lead between themselves, although Flamingo Trillion has the pace out wide to have a say in it as well. And we have seen Woodfire Bro in the past being a leader, albeit over longer distances. That said, I don't think we'll see a real wrestle for the front, and once they find their spots, the front runners here are going to slow this down and get very comfortable, making the job of those chasing them, horses like Capital Legend and Master Fortune, who don't have a lot of early speed, making their job that little bit harder when it gets serious in the stretch. So the tip in race 9, Chan Cheng Glory. His winning factor, the winner up in class. Now, regular viewers will know that this is an angle that we look to quite often, one of our favourite angles in Hong Kong racing, the winner up in class, and it's going along very nicely again this season, winning at about 19%. And Chan Cheng Glory's trainer, Francis Loy, he's been the star at this in recent years, and he's won with 4 out of 9 runners in this kind of a spot. The other race I'm looking at is race 10, where our winning factor is the map. Now, this is quite a nice Class 3 with some handy types lining up. A Beauty Crescent looks one of the chances. A Global Harmony broke through last start with a good effort. Tornado Phantom, he's getting back into some sort of form, but I'm looking closest at 2 down the bottom of the weights, Ladies' Choice and the star of the season, I Give. And if that seems too big an introduction for I Give, consider this. He's won 4 out of 4 this season. He's a good chance of winning a 5th on Sunday, and long term the average number of horses able to win 5 races in any Hong Kong season is about 4. So to put himself in fairly elite company if he can win again on Sunday. Now, as luck would have it, on the same day, Ladies' Choice and I Give both ran over the Sha Tin 1200 metres, and they're the replays that we're going to take a look at. First of all, I Give. This is race 139. He's in gate 11, light colours with red hoop sleeves, and I Give is the first out of the gates, but Andrea Atzeni gets some serious opposition in the first 200 metres from another runner and has to really keep at I Give in order to get him to his place in front on the rail. So he's running strong sections for the first 400 metres to cross, and then I Give, you can see he's a bit fired up and keen to keep running. through that second 400 metres. Now obviously for running along like that, there is a price to pay, and he is only slow down the home straight. But running the reverse splits like that gets the chasers out of their comfort zones to just stay with him, and although I give tyres, they still can't get to him. An excellent win that from I Give in Class 4, and of course with the class rise he gets the weight drop, and that certainly puts him in the frame as a strong chance again. Now a few hours later on the same day, Ladies' Choice went around, and this was in a Class 3, also 1200 metres, but a very different style of race. Race 146, dark blue and yellow colours, gate 10. And Ladies' Choice is out well for Zack Purton, and he's looking to just slot him in behind the leaders, but there's enough traffic inside to keep him wide, and eventually Zack has to push on to outside the leader. So even though the tempo has not been that strong early, Ladies' Choice has still had a little bit of work to do to get around there outside the leader before the sprint begins from the top of the lane. And sprint he does. In fact, the third best last 400 metres of the day, but he still finds Global Harmony proving too strong. And that's because Global Harmony was the day's fastest final 400 metres, and Beauty Crescent also engaged in this race. He's getting home into third place there with the second fastest 400 metres of the meeting. So very sound form from all three horses there, but I think when we look at the map, we'll see that the advantage in this race is going to be with the horse that can race on the speed. So a different aspect of this race for I Give on Sunday is that he's drawn low for a change. For a free-flowing horse like him, sometimes it's easier to get across from a wider draw where he gets plenty of room and can really pick his moment. From an inside draw, a horse like that can be under more pressure early to kick up and make sure that other pace horses don't cross him. Now that can change the game for a lot of front runners, but the only horse who might be a problem for I Give here is Swift Ascend if he was to return to his Australian pattern where he was a leader, but he hasn't led in either start in Hong Kong. So I Give, I think, again rolls through to the lead, and without having to use his mount to get across the field, possibly no rival for the front, I think that Andrea Atzeni will get I Give to relax better and look to set a more controlled speed this time. But he'll still be wary of going too slow and changing what has been a winning tactic. Global Harmony and Beauty Crescent, well, I think they're going to get further back this time from wider draws. Toronado Phantom, well, he always gives away a start. But we've seen how positive Ladies' Choice has been from a wide draw in that replay, and that should be even easier for him from gate 6 here. Now, spoiler alert, I am going to tip Zack Purton's mount Ladies' Choice to win this race, but I thought it was an opportunity to take a look at how the Champion Riders season is progressing. I've had quite a few inquiries from his many fans around the world asking if everything is okay with Purton this season, that he doesn't seem to be as dominant. And that's only reinforced by events like him going winless on Wednesday night. Now last season there were only 10 meetings for the entire year where Zack Purton rode and did not ride a winner. This season so far he's missed out winning at 6 out of 21 meetings. So it's worth asking the question, just where is Zack's season at? And I've had a look at some statistics, first of all, for all the jockeys this season. And this is a snapshot of the season so far, ranked by performance versus the betting market expectations. And aside from Luke Curry, who has yet to ride a winner, Purton sits in last place. Well, heavy is the head that wears the crown. We've often pointed out that the top players can often fall short of the public's very high expectations of them. But as the next graphic will show, this is nevertheless well below Zack's regular levels. On this second table, Zack's last 10 years. Now they're arranged this time according to strike rate, and just to highlight that not only has he been well below market expectations this season, but is hitting winners at a lower rate, whatever their prices. Now, I do believe that Zack returned from his summer break this year lacking fitness somewhat. in comparison to some other years, and I think that showed in his riding in September. However, as the season's gone on, I don't think there's an awful lot been wrong with how he's riding. Now, you can read these statistics in two ways. Either Zack has lost a step or he's about to bounce back in a big way, and I'm backing it to be the latter. So the tip in race 10 is Lady's Choice. His winning factor, the map. I think you can see on the map that we've shown you that it's going to be dominated by the horses up on the pace, I Give and Lady's Choice, and the other horses need speed on. Well, tactically, I think that means Lady's Choice is going to sit on I Give, and I think Zack will get the timing just right and be strongest at the finish. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Good luck on Sunday. We'll see you next time.